Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk all about skincare. So I love skincare and I'm really into budget-friendly skincare because skincare is one of those things where you can literally, I think you can bankrupt yourself if you wanted to. Some of the face creams that cost I don't know how many £100 or dollars, it's just mind-blowing to me. So I'm a big fan of affordable skincare and I think there is a ton out there that's really good. But before we start, maybe just to very quickly mention my skin type as well. So I would say I'm kind of like a mixed type, or have a mixed skin type. So I am definitely getting oilier throughout the day, but then I also have really dry skin. Like when I get out of the shower or I'm swimming in a pool, when I get out I feel like my skin's two numbers too small and it's really tight. So I really like products that kind of work with the oiliness of my skin while still giving my skin a lot of moisture at the same time. So it's finding the right balance for me. I'm gonna start with, I kind of go in chronological order how I would use them as well. So the first one I have is the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser, which I bought about 6 months ago. And oh my god, let me tell you, this thing lasts so long. I'm gonna link everything down below for pricing because obviously it depends where you are, how much stuff costs. I'd say the face cleanser is probably one of the most expensive things. But anyway, so I start with a face cleanser and that's something that definitely changed in my routine to take off makeup. I normally always used micellar water and then kind of took all the makeup off, and then I used the face cleanser, and then I discovered this face cleanser here, which just kind of got rid of the step of the micellar water. I find it really cool that I save myself a step in the evening because when I want to go to bed, I want to go to bed. I don't want to fuff around with a 30-minute skincare routine. That's definitely not me. I try to keep it quick and simple and efficient. It smells really good too. It's it smells a bit like cucumber, I think. And I've heard so many other people talk about and rave about this product as well, and I can just absolutely agree with them. I really love it and it doesn't make me break out or anything. And also one really cool thing about it is it doesn't, sometimes cleansers can be really drying for your skin. That one isn't. Which brings me to my next step, which is a toner, and this one is from Aesop and it's the Into Minds facial toner. This one I actually got because Nick went into Aesop. He absolutely loves Aesop products and he went to a store in Wellington and was like, oh, I just want to see what they have. And me, I don't need anything, I'm not going to buy anything. I went in and just as he was kind of talking to the sales guy, I was kind of trying out a few different things, and then I stumbled across this one here and I was like, oh my god, it smells so good. So the smell is incredible. I think especially for for a nighttime routine. It says it's with witch hazel, niacinamide and chamomile bud. So it's probably the witch hazel that you smell. And it's when you put it on, it just really calms me down. I don't know what it is. It's just soothing. And the reason I got this one is, as I said, I have quite oily skin throughout the day. And it has niacinamide in it, which says the refreshing and balancing toner gently addresses an oily T-zone without drying the skin. And when I read this, I'm sold. I'm totally sold. That's exactly what I need. So it's the witch hazel that kind of helps with spots and irritations, and then the niacinamide helps with the oiliness of the skin. And I didn't have a toner in my skincare routine yet. I always find toners that's kind of do you really need it? Probably not, but as I said, I kind of was sold on it, and since I got it, I used it that much. You can see there's still so much in there, and I use it for 2-3 months already, pretty much every evening, and you barely go through this thing. It lasts forever. Next up, I have serums. So I am a big believer in serums, and a few years ago I discovered a brand called The Ordinary, which a lot of you guys probably already know about and heard about. It is definitely one of my favorite companies when it comes to serums, because I love that they have serums that are very specific. So you just have niacinamide, you just have hyaluronic acid. It's not, you do have mixes as well. I think there's one called the Buffet, which I really love, which is a mix of different ones, but you can really go with one very specific serum. And it's budget friendly, which is the best part. The serums are a few dollars or a few pounds, not more. They also look really cool. It looks like an apothecary when you have a few of those in your bathroom, together with that. I feel my bathroom looks so fancy. And I got two serums here, which are two of my favorite ones. Again, I kind of don't want to go overboard with like the serums I put on. So one is again a niacinamide one, because I really like niacinamide for like an oily T-zone and oily skin, and it also helps with when you have like big pores on your nose. That's kind of what I try to tackle a little bit. I never use serums in the morning because I always feel like they don't work with my makeup. Every time I put a serum on and put makeup on top, it kind of like, when you like rub it a little bit, it kind of like crumbles off, which is really weird. So I normally just do the majority of my skincare at night. And then the second one I have is hyaluronic acid. That's a 2% plus B5. So hyaluronic acid is just to kind of give your skin a bit of moisture back, which I said is kind of the second problem that I have beside my skin being oily. It can be really dry. I just feel like after a really long day and you feel like dry and tired and you didn't drink enough, and then you just put some hyaluronic acid on and you wake up the next morning and feel much more plump. I don't use this one in the morning because hyaluronic acid is really sticky. I'm not sure if you ever tried hyaluronic acid by itself, but it's like super sticky. I normally have like hyaluronic acid as my last step before I move on to moisturize it, because it drives me a little bit crazy having like really sticky skin. It's like really slimy, but as long as it works. After that, I move on to my moisturizer. And for my moisturizer, I would say that's like one of the things that I do change quite regularly. So every time I finish a moisturizer, I then try to find a different one. I find my skin just really gets used to moisturizers. So I feel like after I use them for a while, they're just like, they don't do it for me anymore. For my nighttime routine, I really like to like slather on a thick, super moisturizing cream. And I actually found one that I really love, which is the Nivea Naturally Good Organic Argan Oil Regenerating Night Cream. And this one is like a super rich one. I find Nivea has like this really good classic smell that reminds you of your childhood, at least with me. Like I always had Nivea creams at home, and they're just like so refreshing and good. And then sometimes if I can't be bothered, again, I don't do this every night, it's more nights where I have a bit more time, I use some eye cream. And currently I have this one here, which I actually got in a goodie bag once, which is the Gerber-made Wake Up Eye Gel. So this one I actually use in the evenings. I like the way it makes my eyes feel. The only thing I don't like is like in the first few minutes, your eyes get like really sticky as well. So when you like move your eyes around and you also put them on the eyelid, it feels like the eyelid is sticking to your skin, which is a bit weird, but otherwise I really like it. From Hollywood, California, made in Korea. It's actually really cool. The brand, by the way, is called Good Molecules. And then to finish everything off, and that's on my bedside table, I have some lip balm. Not necessarily always this one, just some sort of lip balm really. But I do quite like this one actually, which is from L'Occitane. I think L'Occitane does beautiful skincare products. It is 100% natural shea butter. They also have a version with less shea butter in it. That's also really nice. That comes in a stick form and I always have that in my handbag. But this one with the 100% I use at night. You can also use this on like dry patches, which does remind me my elbow is actually really dry, so I need to put some on after I filmed this video. So the lady in the shop, when she sold me this product, she said she absolutely loves it. Actually, not only for her lips, but anytime she has like dry patches, she uses it. Like for example, on your elbow, or if you go skiing and you have like dry patches on your face from like the cold weather, then you just put it on there, so you can literally use it all over your body wherever you need it. It is a bit of a like waxier formula. When you wake up in the morning, you like literally wake up with the softest lips and you still feel a little bit of the shea butter on them. And then in the morning I normally keep it super simple. I either just have a shower and wash my face there, or I use a wet face cloth. Sometimes when I feel like it and I have time, I do use a little bit of micellar water. This one is from Garnier, the all-in-one. It's quite a decent one. I wouldn't say it's my absolute favorite one. I think the Biotherm one is still better. And then for face cream, I actually sometimes skip it because I sometimes feel like my skin is still so moisturized from the night before that I don't really need any. I do have a lot of tinted moisturizers that kind of do the job for me, but I did also want to share this one because sometimes I use this, and this is the Coconut Skin Smoothie? Oh yeah, I always thought it was Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. So it's basically a moisturizer that is ever so slightly tinted. So it has like a tiny bit of a tint in it, you can see that here. And it kind of evens out your skin color a little bit, but it's not really makeup, so it kind of like, it disappears into like nothing really. and it feels like a really nice light moisturizer that sinks in really quickly, and then it works as a primer for your makeup as well, so it doesn't like crumble or get weird or anything. But that's pretty much it for my morning routine. I just normally put on makeup and I'm good to go. So I do keep it much simpler in the mornings than I do in the evenings. I feel like I rambled on for so long now. I actually need to run and pick up some more furniture for my flat. We get a coffee table and an ottoman, which we're literally so close to being finished with our flat, and I can't wait to share it with you. I kind of like film snippets here and there when we pick up new things. Anyway, that was it with my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below if you don't want to miss out on any upcoming videos. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!